Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.
Hello everyone, it's me, Demetra Kaye of the Demetra Kaye Show here on YouTube and a proud contributor of the African Diaspora News channel. If you could please do me a favor and subscribe to all channels and like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. So just recently, the Griot published an article talking about a letter that was released from the Department of Health and Human Services, basically talking about where the campaign money went for COVID-19. Now, when I say campaign money, they gave different media outlets, so let's say black and white media outlets, money to educate black people about the COVID-19 pandemic and the vaccines and all of that, right? Now, it was discovered that white-owned media that targeted black audiences received about $45 million, and black-owned media outlets that targeted black audience received about $20 million. And so when Congressman Hank Johnson got wind of that, he addressed the Biden administration and he said this: unfortunately, the failure of the federal government to spend COVID-19 advertising dollars with black-owned media and advertising firms is simply the continuation of a problem that has existed for years. We appreciate that your administration met with leaders in black-owned media to discuss this topic in early 2021. However, we are not aware of any action that resulted from this meeting, and the problem continues to undermine black-owned businesses. Okay, so he's like, great, you talk to people like Roland Martin and all those type of people, and I'm going to get into that in just a second, but we don't really see any real changes, right? And so the executive order 13170 that was put in place by that of Bill Clinton, that ensures that businesses and minorities, I should say, not really black businesses, but minority businesses should get money without discrimination, right? And so that executive order was removed by Bush and then put back by Barack Obama. Then it was removed by Trump, right? And so here we are with the Biden administration. All right. And so as I continue reading the article, I learned a few things. All right, and so then let me go to this. So he also says the federal government has historically failed to spend federal dollars with black-owned media and advertising firms, which have led to messaging not being effectively disseminated to the black community. Well, when I hear that, I'm like, well, what messaging are you really speaking of, right? Because whenever I turned on the radio or went on YouTube and saw certain platforms, I'm like, well, they keep talking about certain things over and over again, like taking the vaccine and, the COVID-19 and black people need to do this, black people need to do that. So I'm not really quite sure what messaging he's talking about. But this is who got that money from Department of Health, Human and Health Services. Check this out. So it says that is shared in the HHS letter response to Congressman Johnson revealed that corporate white-owned media like BET by Viacom, Spotify, Oprah Winfrey Network, majority owned by Discovery, and even morning radio show The Breakfast Club owned by iHeartMedia, which all targeted black audiences, have raked in tens of millions of dollars more than black-owned media. Now listen to the words there. They said more than black-owned media. Well, on the surface, you would think, well, aren't those black-owned media? No, they are black people who work for white-owned media, and so they got most of the money, right? So, of course, your African Diaspora News channels and even my channel and a whole host of other real black media they didn't get any of that money. Well, we know why, because of the certain things that they were pushing, right? And so, of course, you guys know that Roland Martin, he admitted that he got some money from the census, right? $250,000. And he, was very vehement about it per the article from the Griot, but I don't know if he got any more money. But now it's all starting to make sense, right? Now we have this on black and white that certain media outlets, not black, even though they have black faces, they got money to sell you guys on certain messaging, right? Like that of the COVID-19, the vaccine, and, the Democratic Party or whatever the case is, or whatever party really would be in office. But they got that money. And so, again, we ain't getting none of that money here. And you know why we ain't getting none of that money? Because they don't want the messages that we send out to get out to people, not to our people. Because if we get that kind of money to really get the message out, we're going to wake a whole lot of our people up. And you could best believe they don't want that at all. They pay people like Roland Martin, butter biscuits, checks to keep black people asleep, to sing the praises of, the Democratic Party and to do this and to do that. He ain't going to go against the grain, but they know if they gave us that money, we'd be like, we're going to say what we want to say around here. Otherwise, keep your money. So I hope that all makes sense to y'all now. So anyway, y'all, for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.